Was a wonderful quipster, and after his first heart attack, I visited him in the hospital room, and he was weak, and he kind of spoke with a raspy voice. And as most of you probably know, Ed turned pro, and due to injury and the fate of PGA golf, he didn't go very far as a golf professional. And he would talk every now and then about his failings and his inability to really perform at a level that he'd hoped to, and that prior to that as a track star. So I visit him in the hospital room, and he kind of grabs my wrist and brings it close, and he kind of whispers to me, and he says, "You know, Glenn, I came here in an ambulance, and you know when you go through, you have your name up on the board?" He goes, "I finally made it to the top of the leaderboard." His name was at the very first stop. So you've heard about Farmer's Market. The thing about Ed was, you know, he always saw a movie on Friday. Every Friday afternoon, he didn't give lessons, he saw a movie. He had a very rigid kind of life where it was very much in order and you knew exactly what he was doing, when he was doing it. But the one thing you could count on, and I left LA in 2009, and if I wanted to track down Ed, you know, who for many years never carried a cell phone, as you all probably know the story about trying to get Ed to answer his phone at home. He wouldn't do that because, you know, there was always somebody calling to try and sell something. But I'd always go to the farmer's market, and he'd always be there promptly. He'd have his coffee, his paper, and then his friends. And his friends at farmer's market meant the world to him. And Ed had the same routine. You know, he would drive, he would park on the street so he wouldn't have to pay for parking, because he was always there too long to make the 2 hours where you'd get free parking. One of the people who were a regular at the farmer's market lunches is Steve McClintock, and Steve is here to talk a little bit about it.